Oh my gosh, it's
Oh,
such an honor to talk to both of you.
oh, well, it's lovely to talk to you too, Gio. What would you like to discuss?
Yeah. Um, so I grew up very religious. I want to not go too on a tangent, but I was basically a missionary's kid, moving around a lot, you know. I got used to losing people. I got used to just losing friends and making new friends all the time. And I just
Hmm.
constantly felt like at any point my life could just end because
Oh no.
sometimes I would get home and then my parents would be like, "Oh, hey, we've just got to move again." Um, I kind of like to describe it as like a military's kid, but my war was with, you know, spiritual on the spiritual side. So that's how I kind of
Oh.
compare it, just like how military families are moving on a lot, but it just would
Hmm.
happen all of a sudden. And
Okay.
so it, I don't know how to describe it, but like I just always feel like things can end, and I feel like there's no point creating something for myself in a certain way. Like it's just hard to feel like I'm stable. Full disclosure, I am an alcoholic and I'm trying to work on that, but so that definitely is, I feel like, something that I should tell you because that's probably the number one thing I should do is fix that. But I do feel like there's a root problem that comes from being stuck in religion and imagining losing people all the time and um, not feeling like I have a basis for myself to be myself. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I understand. Are you somewhere where you feel as though you're more stabilized now? Like, have you set down roots somewhere and created a community for
Yeah,
yourself? Okay.
I
So
tried
you're
to do
somewhere.
that on my own,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm with my mom right now.
Okay. And is that a comfortable environment to be in?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Good. That's the most important thing is that you're in a safe and comfortable environment. I
Yeah.
have to give you first off a disclaimer that I am in no way a therapist, nor have I ever been a therapist, nor did I ever have the inclination to attempt to become a therapist. So I am not
Of course.
qualified to give you any therapeutic advice. If you are dealing with something like alcoholism, then I would strongly recommend, and it sounds like that's potentially tied to some religious trauma. Um, I would
Yeah.
suggest going to recovering from religion. Have you tried them yet? Some of their that's the best resource for anybody who is coming through religious trauma. You will find people there who are qualified to help assist, and communities that have similar stories to kind of commiserate with, which is a great like first step to see kind of like what worked for them, um, how they've helped each
Okay.
other, and how they've created bonds and community.
Mhm. Okay. No, for sure. I guess part of me is just afraid. I feel like um, having a community seems like such a foreign thing in my mind.
Mhm.
Like community that I'm fit in, or a community that I'm a part of, or like people that actually know what I'm going through, or like I grew up speaking three languages because we moved around a lot, so I feel like I can get into a community, but I've never felt like I was a part of a community, even as much as I was. And so
You
I
can
think
go
that thought even scares me.
You can go at whatever pace works for you. You shouldn't do anything that makes you feel like viscerally uncomfortable. But I think taking this step to reach out, that doesn't mean that you immediately have to join a community. That is something that is available to you. But I think the first step would be to see if you can maybe get hooked up with like a therapist or a counselor who is familiar with the type of issues that you're going through, who can start, maybe laying out a plan for you of what the next steps might be and what works best for you. I think I
Yeah,
really
for
can't
sure.
strongly recommend reaching out to them enough. And I'm sorry that you've had that experience, and I'm glad to hear that you've recognized that it's something that you need to start working through. That's step 1. A lot of people don't even get to that step, recognizing that there is something that they need to work through. They don't get past the phase of being, either angry or depressed or in denial and get to the point that they're
Right.
willing to step up and help themselves. So give yourself kudos for doing that much.
Oh no, and
Seriously.
I've been there. Trust me. That's why I got kicked out of certain places because I've been there. And so I guess I know what I need to do. I think I just needed to call in and have the mighty Shannon tell me just a little bit with
Oh,
kindness and gentleness, and just saying that it's okay. And you know, I rarely have the option to call you guys. It's just my day off. But so thank you so much. I don't want to take more of your time. I just
Well,
really
I just actually
appreciate
want to
you.
affirm. I just want to affirm for a minute that I have known a lot of people when I was a theist and now who had various versions of what you've gone through. I've known a bunch of MKs who left
Mm,
were not in North America for their whole you know growing up years, and then at 18 they throw them off to a Bible college or something. Where I was, and I there were definitely MKs there who you know they're out of their culture. They feel like they belong nowhere. Like they're just I've seen that over and over.
yeah.
And that same thing you're expressing even with homeschool people, and also again with MKs, that constant moving. I just want to affirm that you're not in any way like strange, or that you're reacting in a way that is unreasonable or whatever, because sadly this is something that happens to a lot of people. So I just wanted to affirm that you're not alone in that, and that you're not facing something in an abnormal way. I guess I just wanted to affirm that.
Yeah, I really do appreciate that because sometimes people say, "Oh, you're depressed, just find a therapist," or "Oh, well, just find the right medication that works for you," and that's going to take time. It's not. And with my specific like triad of issue, religious trauma, as far as like being an MK and then being a PK, and then being in between all these cultures and my own, and then being a part of the LGBTQ community, and I just am it's it is. It's just hard. Life is hard. Like, what can you say? But I have to do
sounds like you
something
were
about it. I can't just expect.
yeah,
Mm.
it sounds like you were kind of robbed of the opportunity to, like, fully be instantiated as yourself, and now you're not
I
sure how to start doing that, because the time when most of us get to do that wa wasn't, like, not taken away from you, but there was, impediments that prevented you from being able to go through those steps, and that's I know that this is probably gonna be hollow solace, but that's actually, like, when you think of it, exciting because it means, for the first time, you get to go on a journey to becoming yourself. That's exciting.
right,
Finding out who you are? Like, oh man, I didn't even come close to knowing who I was until I deconverted and got rid of some traumatic people in my
right.
life and segregated myself, got rid of dependencies and segregated myself from who I thought that I had to be and started becoming who I wanted to and needed to be for myself. And wow, that the transition period's rough. It sure does suck, but man, on the other side of it, do you ever find yourself in a state of elation to just, finally be clear-headed about, "Oh, there I am.
Mhm.
There I am." There was so many people, I've likened it before to attempting to swim holding rocks and then one day realizing I could let them go. And I was like, "Oh, I don't have to hold these rocks while I'm swimming. I can let them go." That's what it felt like
You
to me.
deserve to let them
And
go.
sorry?
My
I didn't hear the
Sometimes
question.
what I struggle with is, do I deserve to let them go? And I
Yes.
think that's one of
Absolutely
the
do.
biggest questions is in my head that I struggle with, even though I've deconverted and even though I've been watching shows for years and years. I just still have just like, why do I deserve to, know myself and be myself? And I think that's
Do you
that's
think
one of the biggest hurdles.
Paul wasn't
And we're
a
not going to solve that
missionary,
in this
but he spent
conversation. And
yeah, but I mean, like, you should give yourself the grace that you would give others because I'd like Paul spent
yeah,
years and years and years and years of his life teaching children how to memorize Bible verses. Does he deserve to be the best version of himself? Of course he does. Like we were raised in indoctrinated environments and part
right.
of it like we of course do have our own agency, but we're not entirely to blame for the culture that we were brought up in and the things that we are told and believe. Give yourself permission to go be free. Go get to know yourself. Do yourself a favor. Love yourself. Period. That's just the end of that's a whole sentence. Love yourself. You deserve it.
It is, and it is a verb, so I'm gonna go do that right now.
Yeah. Do
And
it
for
for me.
anybody who kind of relates with my, yeah, I will. Anybody who kind of relates to everything I've been saying, one thing that's really helped me is, especially moving so much. One day I finally asked myself what feels like home to me, and home to me feels like sitting in front of my piano and just playing my songs and playing other people's songs and just expressing myself and feeling like my voice is out there in the world and I'm actually just being, and I have that cathartic state of just not being myself and just being transported in the moment. So I finally realized that piano felt like home, not a certain house or certain people or whatever. So find your home and then just go be there when you are feeling upset. So that's what I'm gonna go do now.
Good advice, Gio. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening at home and have a good rest of
I
your day and enjoy
appreciate
your
it.
journey. Thanks,
Thank you,
Gio.
Paul.
Have
Thank
a
you,
good day.
Shannon. Have an awesome day.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Oh, bless his heart.
Mm,
I trust he will be okay. Good first
I
steps, and I hope. I'd say I pray, but I won't.
hope.